everybody, Trinity here, and welcome back to the Second Street Marvel for Comics, Coffee, and Weirdos. I hope you're all having a very good day today, and guys, I gotta tell you, it looks like my computer is not wanting to play nice. It's saying that, it's going slow. Is this thing dropping frames on your guys' side? Let me know how the stream is looking, because I cannot tell here on this side. It's telling me that it looks like crap, and I don't know. Let me know how it looks. Please let me all know your thoughts down in the comments below. If this stream is looking okay, if it's not looking okay, I'll tell you one thing. My computer's working really slow right now. So, I don't know. I did just wake it up a few minutes ago and everything, so it's probably still waking up and working all its bugs out and all that stuff. But anyway, guys, I hope you're all having a very good day today. And we want to start off the show saying thank you and welcome all Myrtle Maniacs, all you viewers. Welcome to everybody coming in to the stream from the Den of Nerds, and maybe you got into the Den of Nerds because you started off over at Fanjexer's channel. Yeah, maybe you started there. I mean, I would certainly hope you did. I know it's a good place to start your morning off every morning over on Fanjexer's channel, watching Adam get triggered and act like a toxic man baby. It's the greatest, isn't it? Really, it's some of the best parts of my morning, just watching him start to get tripped up by a couple people making some comments. And him getting all flustered, spilling his coffee all over his keyboard. It's really quite entertaining. It's really quite entertaining to see. You know what? It's just quite entertaining to watch Adam's live streams. If you don't subscribe to Fanjexer, you know what? I highly suggest you go over to Fanjexer and make sure that you check out his channel. It's great stuff, absolutely great stuff. Like I said, I start my morning off there every single morning because it's fun. Adam's an all right guy, right? Adam's an okay guy. Now, excuse me, I'm getting all this. Oh, it's still telling me that I'm skipping frames and all that stuff. Is it that bad, guys? Let me know. Let me know. Let's see. See if I can try to attempt to do this. Okay. Oh man, what are they doing here? Oh man, this is gonna frustrate me to no end, man. You son of a. Apparently everybody's having a case of the Mondays now, aren't they? Oh, man. Okay. This piece of junk. Okay. Here we go. I think it's finally cooperating now. It's finally cooperating. There we go. So, I want to talk about some comic industry news. I know that maybe a lot of you here, don't, maybe you're into nerdy stuff. Maybe you're into all the nerdy news going on in the comic book movie world and things like that, but do you know what's going on in the comic book world? There's some strange things going on over there, and let's go ahead and get right into this. I want to see. You know what? All right. Anyway, guys, let me see if I can get this article pulled up here now. All of a sudden, don't know what's going on here. Okay. There we go. That should be it. Bam! That's it. Right there. That's it right there, ladies and... No, not that one. Not that one. This one. This one! Dang. See, this is what happens. This is what happens when you prepare but don't prepare, I guess. Because I had all this ready to go earlier. And then I shut everything down and restart it, and yeah, you can never count on this stuff. But anyway, guys, here we go. Let's go ahead and get into this article here. Now, it's really crazy what's going on here in the comic book industry right now. Now, in case you guys don't already know, there's this thing out there. There's the mainstream comic book industry. Where you get your Marvels, your DCs, your Image comics. You get just. Dude, you know what? You put up ad blocker. The ad blocker don't work. What's going on here? What's going on here, man? And in case you've never been to Bleeding Cool, this is like the worst site ever to be on. But in case you guys aren't aware, there are some different factions of comic books out there in the world. There's the mainstream comics that got your Marvels, your DCs, your Image comics. You got your Boom Studios. You got your Dynamite comics, your Vault comics, all these other ones. I mean, there's all kinds of big ones and little. Well, not too long ago, so a handful of years ago, there was kind of this. I would say there was this offshoot. There was this offshoot that ended up happening. It's called. Oh my god, dude! Seriously, what are you doing on there? What's going on here? Huh. This thing happened, and there was this little faction of people that broke off their into comics and started their own label called Comicsgate. This all started around some crazy stuff with some people going out having milkshakes together and conspiring about making comic books, as far as I know. I won't pretend to know a whole lot about it. It's not really my thing because the whole thing is full of a bunch of weirdos. Yeah, full of a bunch of weirdos here that these situations and stuff that we got going on here. So we've got this faction of people. Comicsgate were these people who wanted to separate themselves from the mainstream comic industry. They wanted to make their own comic books, free of politics and agendas, right? Free of politics and agendas, and distribute their own books and things like that. Stuff that was not able to, the places like the big two, maybe big three. A lot of them didn't really see economically viable for their brands, so they decided, these people decided to go off and make their own label and start doing crowdfunding projects on Indiegogo. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's plenty of people out there, independent artists who do work through Kickstarter, Indiegogo, different things like that. Whether they're comic creators, there's artists, there's musicians, there's just people who invent all kinds of different things that crowdfund their projects through things like this. And this is exactly what happened. Well, here recently, what happened there was there's been a lot of division between all these people in the comic book industry, in the mainstream comic book industry, and these people in Comicsgate. So what happened is there's been a lot of nastiness, a lot of people acting like a bunch of children about comic books. Yes, it's almost like, yeah, it's almost like they're part of a fandom, right? Like all these fandoms going on. So anyway, you got these boring factions. There's these guys over here, the Comicsgate guys, and they don't want to be part of mainstream comics. They got a problem with everything going on in the mainstream comics, so they didn't want nothing to do with it. They broke off and did their own thing. All good. All fine and dandy. You know what? Honestly, if you're an artist, you do what you have to do to get your art out there in the world. If it's something that you're passionate about, you're going to do it. So they broke off. They started doing their own thing. Well, the mainstream comic industry, they're just doing their own thing as well, right? But of course, now this can't go down without some type of warring factions and things like that going on. People at this end, people at that end. It's almost like politics. Ooh, weird. It's almost like politics, in that same sense, And so it's really weird. A lot of these people are at odds. And, the people in the mainstream comic book industry don't want to have anything to do with the people in Comicsgate. And all fine and dandy, if you ask me. You know what? Because the people in Comicsgate had said that they didn't want to be part of the mainstream comic book industry. Basically, is kind of what they were doing, is they were fighting back against all these things. Now, there's more that goes into it. There certainly is. There's a whole lot of drama surrounding all of this. There absolutely is. If you want to know more about it, you can certainly go look into that for all yourself. That's not exactly what I'm here to talk about, because there are these warring factions. Now, the thing is recently, not too long ago, I believe it was last year. Dynamite Entertainment, they do a lot of comic books. They do like the Vampirella series. They just started a new one called The Sacred Six. They do just a lot of different comic books out there. I've reviewed Chastity here on the channel. Ash versus God, what was the one I got? It was Army of Darkness and Bubba Hotep. The other one right now is the Army of Darkness versus Ash, or Death to the Army of Darkness. So they've got a lot of these properties and everything that they do. just a lot of different comic books that they do. And so, and they are, if I'm not mistaken, they are also the publisher who does The Boys as well. That's where Garth Ennis now has that over there. So they went and they got some artists to come in and do their comic covers, some variant covers. They do, believe you, Dynamite does a lot of variant covers, okay? They do a lot of different variant covers with different artists that come in. They do cosplay ones. They do, like, just different ones. And sometimes they commission some out. And this is something that a lot of comic book companies do. You know, they let, like, there's people on YouTube that have their own exclusive covers and just different things like that. This is nothing new in the industry at all. Variant covers and all that stuff by different artists. Well, what happened was Dynamite went ahead and partnered with some different artists out there, and some of them who are either part of Comicsgate or Comicsgate adjacent and things like that. And of course, people in the comic book industry are losing their shit. And it's really weird to see. Now, the thing is I don't care where you fall on the spectrum here of, is that bad terminology to use? Probably not in this case. I don't care where you fall on the spectrum of, you know, mainstream comics, Comicsgate, blah, 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 blah. I could care less. I read comics, I review comics. That's what I do here on this channel. Now, that being said, there are plenty of people out there like me who don't care. They're willing to read whatever comic books there are. They just want to read good comics. And you know what? You never know until you get a comic book and actually read it and see what it is for yourself. Now, you know, some comic books are easier to get a hold of than others, and some of them are expensive. You know, a lot of these crowdfunded indie comics are very expensive. I mean, one, you're paying an independent artist. You know, they don't have a big company or anything like that. They do the art. They get people together to make their comic books and distribute them like that. And there's, like I said, there's more people out there than just Comicsgate that do crowdfunded projects. And there's all kinds of people in this industry that do this. Now, like I said, there's all of this stuff going on. Well, people are starting to lose their stuff. There are writers, artists, letterers, all kinds of people out there in the comic book industry who do no longer want to have anything to do with Dynamite because they made this decision to partner with some of these people in the Comicsgate. Oh, is it a little low today? It could be. Oh, is that a little bit better? I don't know. Is that a little bit better, Santa? All right. And it could be the internet. So there's all these different things going on, and if you get on Twitter, you can see a lot of it. But let me go ahead and get into this. Let's go ahead and get into this article here now. Let's go ahead and get into here. What we've got here is this article here from Bleeding Cool, and there are a couple of them. And let's see what. Let's see. Miro King has followed. Well, thank you so much for being here, Miro. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Okay, right here. This is from July 19th, so yesterday, right? An hour ago, Bleeding Cool published an article regarding. Oh, maybe this isn't the right one. This is the one right here that we need to see. Okay. Oh man, ooh, I'm telling you, dude, this is. Come on, man. Okay. July 19th, 2020. This is just from yesterday. Dynamite faces creator backlash over Comicsgate alliances. Last May, Bleeding Cool reported on Dynamite Entertainment's decision to publish an Ethan Van Sciver variant cover of Vampirella to be sold exclusively to Ethan Van Sciver with a little history. That it was common for retailers to commission Star Comics creators to draw a cover for an upcoming comic book that would be exclusive to their store. Each store would have to order thousands of copies to make it worthwhile for the publisher. Some enterprising artists realized they could commission themselves to draw exclusive covers of such comics, get the publishers to print them, and then sell them online or at shows, signed or unsigned, for a considerable markup. J. Scott Campbell, Rob Liefeld, John Tyler Christopher are amongst those creators who have done so the most, and soon the habit spread. Dynamite Entertainment asks for fewer minimum copies to be printed than Marvel or DC. Let's see if I can get. Oh man, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, there we go. So has been popular. Dan Panosian Panosian, did I say that right? Did such for Red Sonja #1, as did Paolo Pantalina, as have other artists for different titles. And in May 2019, that included Ethan Van Sciver, prominent Comicsgate figure, longtime friend of Dynamite publisher Nick Berriucci. His previous summer's successful Indiegogo campaign for Cyberfrog Blood Honey was late and had yet to be published. Having a variant cover of Vampirella with Cyberfrog gave him something to sell his virtue signaling audience in the interim. At one point, Vampirella and Cyberfrog were both published by Harris Publications, and Ethan had done artwork for Vampirella trading cards and inked the Vampirella Shadowhawk crossover back in the day, so this wouldn't be the first time he's been involved with the character. Since then, Steve Berrucci has sold a number of covers to prominent Comicsgate creators alongside other creators such as Amanda Connor and Frank Cho, but it was Dynamite's decision to promote the covers by running crowdfunders for them on Indiegogo, alongside similar campaigns for other creators that caused significant disquiet from Dynamite's own comic book creators, some of who found their books being promoted by Dynamite alongside these covers. It was specifically the promotion of one of those covers by leading Comicsgate figures Cecil and Don DeLay that seemed to tip the balance, with the official Dynamite account tweeting out an appeal to their next cash grab with a link to Dynamite Indiegogo crowdfunding appeal to fund the cover. Dynamite had also emailed out promotions to Dynamite customers promoting those creator live streams regarding these covers, accounts on which Comicsgate creators often promote their messages and criticisms. In addition to sales and promotion, there is also an intrinsic value to having characters and creators associated with Dynamite aligned with Comicsgate creators and characters, considered by some as a kind of laundering of intellectual property. Some creators had already taken steps ahead of the new controversy. Matt Miner, writer of Dynamite's Gwar comic book, tweeted out that he's basically not going to be doing stuff anymore. He says, a couple of people asked my thoughts on Dynamite since they were doing the CG projects, because I have the Gwar book with them. My answer? We did Gwar long before CG Dynamite Alliance and before COVID. There were talks of doing another series. I pulled that. We will find another home. I want to add that I know that some of the folks at Dynamite and there are good people. I know this was a business decision and not intended to be malicious. But for me, a queer dude making comics and just trying to get by and do less harm, I can't go there. Yeah. Well, there's Betty Page writer Carla Pacheco had tweeted, I'm very proud of the work our team has done on the Betty Page comic series, and I made a commitment to them to conclude it, but issue 5 will be my last work as with its publisher unless there is a drastic change in company management. The proceeds I made from the series will be going to the Trevor Project, Trans Lifeline, and the Okra Project. That's all I have to say about that. Yesterday, as concern regarding Dynamite Rose, she added, when I told them I was quitting, Amanda Connor was mentioned as, but she's working with us. It's not all Gators. Anyway, I'm making sure my team gets paid. Editor and I are both donating our paychecks, and then I'm free. And, they go on into a couple of other tweets here from other people. But we've also got word here from comic book retailer Ryan Higgins, who had posted, I will no longer be stocking Dynamite Comics titles at the store. While this is just a custom cover, there is no reason for any company to work with these people. This is a slap in the face to the great creators that work with Dynamite, who are the targets of Comicsgate. Which was enough for Higgins to be targeted and for his store to receive negative feedback, including telling Yelp that it had closed. As Higgins responded, but sure, they're all about saving the comic industry. Now, I could go on about all of this stuff and all of these things in here in this article, but we kind of get, that's just a little snapshot of everything that's going on here. And I want to know your thoughts on it, guys. Let me know, what do you guys think about all of these things going on? Do you guys pay attention to the comic industry and anything going on with that kinds of stuff? I'd be very interested to know what your thoughts are, because I'll tell you, for me, I look at it as I look at it this one way. Honestly, is like I was saying at the beginning of the show, a lot of these people didn't want to be part of the mainstream comic book industry. They pretty much said, "Screw it, I'm done. We'll go on and do our own thing," and that's okay. Hey, by all means, do what you got to do. There's other people out there who do this without being part of the Comicsgate or anything. And obviously we can see that Comicsgate has this negative stigma to everything going on, to everything that's going on. So, they've got this negative stigma from people in the mainstream comic book industry, and yeah, they're absolutely right. Within this whole movement, there are people out there who are assholes. Let's face it, they're out there, And here's the thing: if you guys know me, attacking, they're online being weirdos. All these people are, and it's not just people on one side or the other. It's people all around being weirdos about all of this stuff. Okay, they're all being weirdos. Okay, all around. They're sitting there fighting about comic books. Okay, look, here's the thing: you either buy a comic book and you read it, and you like it, and that's it. Or you buy a comic book, you read it, you don't like it, and you don't buy it again. Now I'm not here telling you that it's not made for you, or, just don't buy it. I'm not saying any of that, because it's your choice to do what you want to with your money. And it's also your choice, by all means, to criticize and not like it. But getting online and fighting with people about this stuff, it's weird. It's weird. Fighting about comic books. Right? Aren't you supposed to enjoy them? Well, if you don't enjoy them, don't pay attention to those ones. And here's the thing: is you're giving attention to, people are giving attention to people that they don't like and shouldn't be giving attention to it. Right? It's the same thing I talk about a lot here on the channel with dealing with trolls. If you got somebody there that's trolling, you don't like dealing with them, here's what you do. Just don't pay them any attention. Don't feed them in any way. And here's the thing is I've noticed this too, because you guys know this about trolls. You get on Twitter where people are being weirdos, Please change my mind if you think that people on Twitter aren't just there to be offended. But you get on there and you block them. What do? They make another account. So it's like, just don't even block them, because they're just going to create account after account after account. Now, I know you're like, but it's fine, keep them busy. Come on. You're being a weirdo. And to say, you see these people on Twitters and stuff like that, if you support this group of people, don't read my comic books and all this, that. Look, you can tell me not to read your comic book all you want because you don't like these people over here. That's all. That you can tell people that all day. They're gonna read your comic book regardless if they want to read it or not. It's not like you have a choice in selling it to them, right? You don't have a choice. It's in the comic book shops, sitting on the shelf. You know what I mean? Like, people are going to buy it and read it, or they're not. They don't really care what you say, in case you can't tell. People don't care what you say. They do what they want to do. Right? So that's the thing here. We've got all this fighting going on about all this stupid, silly shit. And I get it. Now, here's the thing. As I talked a couple weeks ago, we were talking about one of my favorite publishers, Vault Comics, how they had went out there and they had canceled their title that they were doing. God, what was it called? The 100 Wolves, with one of their writers who was, had basically canceled himself. And by all means, I will say that is absolutely their 100% right to do as a comic book publisher, canceling a title from a writer or any artist or anybody that they do not want to associate themselves with. That is absolutely okay. Nobody should force them to do business or, align themselves with somebody they don't want to. Absolutely. Same thing with Dynamite. Dynamite should be free to do business with whoever they want to. And here's the thing. People have the right to not want to support Dynamite Comics anymore. People have the right to support them. People have every single right that they want to when it comes to this stuff. That's what's nice about this kind of like this free market. You know what I mean? Like, you get to decide for yourself if you want to go support these people. If you don't, it's all good. You know, you don't have to make a big deal about it, or you can. Completely up to you. But the point being is, I mean, you know, does like fighting about it like weirdos on the internet, does it really help anything? Are you helping anything? You know, you see all these different tweets and all these people from all these people who say different things out there, right? You know, the whole I don't want politics in comic books, and then they write comic books that there's like political things in. Now the thing is because it always comes down to that, right? That's what a lot of these stories come down to, you know. It still comes down to that. Well, if you don't want to, you know, like you still put them in yourself, you know. But here's the thing: what I always say, the biggest argument is like we don't want politics in comic books. No, here's the thing: is you want your politics in comic books, or maybe you just want it done in a good way when when you see it in a comic book. Because believe me, I've read plenty of comic books where I've read them and I'm kind of like, the writing here, it's not. You could be a little more imaginative, right? Like, come on, really? You know, it's a little too on the nose. And then there's some of them I read and I'm like, that's pretty good and thought provoking. I like the way they did that, right? I mean, there's you know, it's like there's not one way or the other. It's like movie reviews these days. Everybody's a 0 or a 10. There is no in between. There absolutely is no in between. You're either hot or you're cold. Two Brothers Comics, welcome to the digital copy, my brother. Thank you so much for becoming a Myrtle Maniac. Thank you so much, everybody. Every one of the Myrtle Maniacs, welcome. Our new Myrtle Maniac brother, Two Brothers Comics. Woo! Welcome, my brother. Thank you. Now, and that's the thing though, is like it's okay. All these companies are free to do whatever they want. All these people who support the comic books industry, all the people who are the people in the comic book industry are completely okay to do whatever they want. You know, if they don't want to support Dynamite anymore, all good. Hey, I'm not gonna fight with you about it. That's you. You don't want to. If you think that working with them is compromising your morals, you know, hey, all good. Absolutely do it. That's fine. You know, I have no problem with that. But you know, I think the weird thing is when we get the people in the industry, and goes for both sides. This goes for people on this side and on that side. Is you tell people to fuck off and not buy your books and not support you or all this and that. Oh, if you don't support us, fuck you and all that kind of stuff. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know, because you know what? Like I said, people are either gonna read your comic book or they're not, regardless of what you say. If they're not sensitive anyway. I'm not sensitive. I'll go ahead and back whatever independent crowdsourced comic book I want to. I'll go ahead and I'll go to my local comic book shop and support whatever comic book I want to. And it don't matter. I don't care if it's from somebody who says, I don't like you. I don't care. I don't care if there's somebody else here on YouTube that says, oh, if you read this, you're Steve social justice lawyer, you're a this or a that, or blah, blah. I don't care. You see, here on this channel, we don't discriminate. Everybody is welcome, right? I don't care what comic book you're writing. I don't care what it's about. If it's something that interests me, or maybe even not interests me, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to read it and I'm going to review it here on the channel. That's what I do. You know what I mean? So you can see that all these people in the mainstream comic book industry, they want to shut these people in Comicsgate out. The people in Comicsgate didn't want to be in the mainstream comic book industry, but now they're wanting to come into it. It just seems so weird to me. And I'm not saying that, you know, they shouldn't take the opportunity to do a cover for Dynamite or whoever offers to do them a cover. I'm not saying they shouldn't take that opportunity, absolutely. Because what do they want to do? They want to make money, right? Isn't that what you make comic books for? Don't say you make them for free. If you're a comic book creator, don't say that you make comic books for free. If you're not in it to make money, Why do you charge for your work? Oh, you got to pay your bills? Get a job, right? It's the same thing. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that you're in it to profit and get rich, but you're in it. I mean, otherwise you'd work for free, right? But certainly, the publisher has every right to do what they want to do. People have the right to do what they want to do, spend their money at Dynamite or not spend their money at Dynamite. The writers, creators, and all that stuff have the right to either want to work with Dynamite or not want to work with Dynamite. That's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. But all of this weirdo stuff in between is just like, it gets to be a little much, does it not? I mean, God, it's got to take some sort of mental toll on all these people with all this stuff. I mean, with all the fighting, I can't stand all this fighting. Remember? You remember. Come on, Kevin Smith fans, let's hear it. Let's hear it. I don't know, man. It's just weird though. And that's the thing is like I don't care where you fall on there. These creators have their right to not want to work with these guys. The publishers have the right not to want to work with anybody. I mean, that's kind of the nice thing about a free society and this free market in which they all operate in, is they can do whatever they want. Now, since then, there's another article up there talking about how it dropped a couple hours later after that article I just read to you guys, where Dynamite has backtracked and decided not to do the Cecil cover. And things like that. So they've even kind of retracted, but regardless, there are people out there who are like, well, it's already too late. Like, we don't want to work with you already. It's a done deal. Where there's some people who are out there like, hey, you change your stance there and it's all good. Either way, somebody's wanting you to cave, right? Because what's going to happen if they just caved all around and shoved all the comic skaters out there too? Then the comic skaters are going to be like, well, fuck you too. So it's a thing that goes both ways here, right? And ultimately, like I said at the top of the show, what we've got is a bunch of weirdos just sitting here going at it over anything. The thing is you can make your comic books, whether you're a mainstream creator or you're an indie creator. You already have your avenues. Let's not act like you can't coexist. And that's the thing is, let's not act like you can't coexist. They've both coexisted for years. Okay? They're both here. I don't think either one of them's going anywhere. There's no need to fight online about all this stuff, because all it does for sane people like me is make me think that you're all a bunch of fucking weirdos. Right? Yeah, I still do thank you for all your work that you do and keeping me entertained with your comic books. I do. Thank you. That's all I want. I just want comic books to read. Good comic books. All the fighting and all that stuff, it's weird. Okay? It's weird. It's weird. I don't care what your thoughts are and all that kinds of stuff. Like, oh, well, you say it's weird. Well, these people are attacking us and that. Yeah. Here's the thing, is just like I've said about a lot of other things, is just ignore them. It's kind of like I said something earlier as well. Just ignore them. No matter what, like, you already don't care about them. Why give them the attention? And you see the people constantly tweeting about each other and all this different weirdo stuff. It's like, you're giving them free promotion. You're actually feeding into the thing that you say is the problem. You're actually doing that. You're perpetuating this thing. And that's the thing is like, isn't that what you want to do? Isn't that what we're all supposed to do? Is be the change? Be that change that you want to see? Be the change. Just do what they're not doing. Ignore them. You know what I mean? And this whole mob mentality bullshit with everybody doing all this stuff, it's just weird. It's just weird. It's this whole group thing. Like, you have to think like us or that's it. That's it. There is no, like, you can, like, think for yourself. No. You have to think like us. And this goes on both sides, and let's not act like it doesn't. It's weird. It's weird. But anyway, guys, sorry I've flapped my gums for long enough. I don't know. Sorry about that, guys. Let's go ahead and get here into the live chats and see what you all are saying here. It looks like the stream is probably evened out a little bit. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. But let's see. We got Adam from Fanjecture here, LB from the Lonely Banter, Mike Porter, Social Distance Warrior says the champ has arrived. Social Distance Warrior, I need to get a hold of you again through the tweeters. I'm thinking if we can go in about 2 weeks, 2 weeks from Thursday. Because this Thursday, in case you guys don't know, a couple weeks ago I did this nice chat, this new show I want to do called Nerd Therapy, in which I sat down with an awesome member of our nerd community, and we just had a good conversation just about nerd culture and just the things and our different views and kind of our backgrounds. This is something I want to do with more people as time goes on, more people out there in the nerd community, and from different thoughts. Because one thing that I do truly believe is that we're all here to enjoy these nerdy things in the world that we enjoy, and we all agree and disagree on different things. Sometimes those disagreements come from just people being really passionate about what they like, and some of them it's because people are way over passionate about what they like. But the one thing I notice most of the people really never take into consideration is a person's background, just who a person is, before looking into why it is the way they feel the way they do about the things that they do, because we all feel differently about all these different things, and I certainly like to hear all of those different things. And I had a great conversation a couple weeks ago with a great member of the nerd community here, Grace. She was on the show. If you guys don't know her, go watch the stream. It was very good. This Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, that is 8 p.m. Eastern, if you're out on the East Coast, we're going to be sitting down with another awesome member of the nerd community. We're going to have Hi Boshti on the show. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good conversation with this young lady. If you guys don't know Hi Boshti, hey, well, you're lost, but you're going to know her very soon. She's an awesome young lady. We're going to have her on the show. We're going to talk about all kinds of nerdy stuff. So anyway, and Social Distance Warrior will soon be one of our guests coming on the show as well. Pope Cerebus the First, thank you so much for being here. Says, I love how a year ago many said there won't be a comics collapse, and then Diamond stopped distributing. So what is the shapes of comics right now? Yeah, it's in a, like, here's the thing, is it's in a good spot, but it's in a bad spot, because with everything that's going on, that's happened with this pandemic and everything, it's really put everybody in a tough position. We can see what happened with DC. They decided to do their own thing. People were upset about it, and I totally understand the arguments. But I mean, yeah, that Diamond distribution thing, it really hurt a lot of people. Now, I do know there's lots of schools of thought on this, like, hey, they could have kept shipping comic books anyway. Some shops were open, some shops weren't. It really just kind of depend on the business owners and what they were willing to do, and also local jurisdictions and things like that. But right now, it's hurting. It's hurting. I'm not even sure when the next time that Dark Horse Comics is putting out an actual issue. I see coming up, they've got some different trade paperbacks and things like that. In the past couple solicits, haven't seen any new issues, trade paperbacks and stuff, but I'm sure they'll be coming back with something soon. I seen that. Gosh, who else was that? I think because Dark Horse even canceled one of the books I was looking forward to. We see that there's even Marvel has kind of changed their decision back and forth on some of the books they're doing. They've canceled some series that were supposed to be coming out. They've pushed back some other series and different things like that. So everybody's kind of adjusting. And it's the same thing with the movie industry. Like I was saying, what's going to happen there is, once theaters open back up, after all this starts to even out, studios, same as comic book publishers, are going to have to really look at a lot of the comic books they're publishing and say, hey, do we want to put this out? Is this something viable that we can make money from, or that is worth our time to put out? Movie studios are going to be like, well, sorry, like I was saying the other day, the latest what's his name? Seth Rogen and Amy Schumer comedy, rom-com, it's going direct to digital, bro. We ain't doing a big theatrical distribution for that. Fernanda, thank you so much for being here. RC Scott, you sound like you're in a can, but it looks okay. That's weird. Is that better? I don't know. I don't know. Let me see here. I wonder. Hello. Is this okay. Hello. Check. Hello. 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 Check. Yeah, I don't know. Sounds okay over here on my end, I guess. Oh. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. Check. Okay, there we go. I think I had the wrong button pushed on my thing there. There we go. It should be good to go now. Should be good to go. Let's see. We got Fernando, RC Scott, Renee Ramon. I like the idea of the name change. All right, good deal. Yeah, guys, and I've been thinking about changing the name of the channel here for quite a while, and then we were on the Denim Nerd stream this weekend, and you know, I asked Josh about it, and he gave me it's funny. He gave me a suggestion I hadn't even thought of. Second Street Comics. I'm like, dude, so stupid. I didn't even think about that. How do I not think about that? Do you know how easy that is to come up with? Second Street Comics. Oh. No. Morning, y'all. Steve Denton in the house. Gavin Cooley, thank you so much for being here. Geekly Gods, how are you doing this morning? Michael Odin, thank you so much for being here. Hi, Boshi is in the building. Wayne White, Den of Nerds is in the house. Oh, this tea, I know, right? Fernando Goda says, we was hoping you were there because we wanted to keep in the chat. It was so fun. Adam let his hands. Yeah, I see. I was listening into the whole show. I was out riding and stuff like that, getting a workout in. I'm doing some house cleaning today with my son, some deep cleaning. Today is my girlfriend's 39th birthday, and I want the house to look perfect when she gets home from work. I think we all know what that means. Wayne White's going to be sitting there. He's going to go out, get some beeswax. He's going to get that beard all waxed up. You're going to see him taking his shirt off. Get down to his undies. He's going to be in his little Speedos. His Second Street Comics Speedos. He's going to be laying there on the couch when she comes home all spread eagle. Saying, yeah, baby. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to your girlfriend, Wayne White. Tell her everybody, wish Wayne White's girlfriend a happy birthday, if you didn't already. Sinner, thank you so much for being here. I hope those friends come here too. I had to go to the doctor, so I missed Adam this morning and most of Josh's. Oh, yeah, I seen you entered late on the stream, Mike Porter. All good, man. Hey, man. All good. You know, you got to do what you got to do, man. You got to go to the doctor. That's more important than listening to us flap our gums. Rob Boswell says, weirdo activated. You're not dropping frames. You sound like you're talking in a fast food speaker, though. That's so weird. It's so weird. I wonder if that was just because my audio thing was like that. I'm wondering if that's what it was. Because let me see here. Should be input. Yeah. Should be all good. You are so super zen today, Trinity. I think Adam spilling his coffee broke everyone's internet. I know, right? Don't worry, bro. I messed up during streams using OBS too. Yeah. OBS it can be fun. Well, I'm using Streamlabs OBS now, which Streamlabs OBS works a lot better now here on my computer since they put they actually made an app for it than regular Streamlabs was. Like the regular OBS, it was messing up on me like crazy left and right. But the Streamlabs OBS seems to be working okay. Remember, everyone is someone else's weirdo. Absolutely. Make milkshakes and brainstorming comics. Count me in. Gavin Cooley says, duh, Bears. Yeah. Fine and Randy. Who is Randy? Fine and Dandy. Oh, Fine and Dandy? Fine and Dandy? Peanut Peddlers is 2 SJW to buy instead from my company Peanut Gate. Aggressively relaxing, man. Hilarious. You guys got to go. If you guys haven't checked out Rob Boswell or Aggressively Relaxing, after the show, make sure you, or if you, they make it hard to now, go check out their channels. Both great dudes in the comic book community. Speaking of comics, will the artist draw Batman with a mask with his cowl, hand sanitizer on his utility belt? I'm okay with Batman wearing a mask as long as his mask doesn't have a gun. Right? That's funny. Okay, Star Wars Santa says, hey there, showing up late to approve Adam's argument about peak viewing time. Oh yeah. Well, that's because when you start off your show and there's no reason to be at your show at the very beginning of it, people aren't gonna be there at the beginning of it. You gotta hit the ground running. You gotta hit the ground running. You gotta be warmed up. You gotta be warmed up before the race. You know what I mean? Like you don't just show up to the race, get out of your car, take off your little windbreaker and just go out there and start running. Right? Before the race starts, what you do is you get there hours early. It actually starts months before. That one day starts months before. You got your training, your preparation. You got everything planned to peak out, to peak at the right times. You show up on race day, you don't just show up. You woke up hours ahead of time. You woke up, maybe, just maybe, you had some breakfast. You went for a little jog, you warmed up a little bit, you got home, you took a shower, you got into your racing gear, you went down. You went to the race, you showed up, right? Got your water, you got everything with you. You get there, you warm up, you start warming up. You go do some jogging, you run around, depending on what kind of race you're doing. Obviously, we're talking about a sprint here or a marathon. You warm up and you do all that stuff. You get prepared. You spend time. You don't go out there cold. But when the race starts, you hit the ground running. That's what you do. Just sit there like at the start of the race, like, I'm just gonna mosey around, and then, once everybody's tired out, I'll catch up to them. Volume seems a little low. Yeah, it might have been a little bit low. Yeah, might have been a little bit low. I don't think everything else should be fine. Should be. Agree, Santa. Love that perspective of Red Sonia. Yeah. Adam Leshan is here. Over easy mode, my brother. How are you doing? Money on the side, collectibles. I want variant cover of Myrtle, right? Hey, Mike, you lost such a moment when Adam spilled his coffee. Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Triggered Adam is the best Adam, and you missed it this morning. But I tell you, his cleaning was messier. Oh, that's funny. I can report my keyboard has not been ruined. Okay, good deal. It probably just woke it up. Adam spilling his coffee sounds like a Monday. Yeah, it was too. I be what I want to be, act how I want to act. I see what I want to see. I smack who I want to smack. I do what I want to do. I go where I want to go. F you, you, and you. Forever I'm a juggalo. Alright, RC Scott is in the house. Two Gun Pedro, pew pew. How are you doing, my brother? I hope all is well. Ooh, and speaking of which, seeing Two Gun Pedro in here kind of reminds me of, guys, I've been reading through some of those books from the Absolute Comics group. I read Dual Identity. I read Katrina. And started reading Darkon. Some good books, man. Some good books over there on the Absolute Comics group, man. It's the same people who do White Widow. White Widow. Good stuff. That's how you start a week, right? Have to catch it before the bleeps get added. Unfiltered version. Yeah. Oh, man, that's funny. Oh, no. Not that. Okay. This is your comic overlords messing with your channel. See? You mentioned Comicsgate and you are a blind target. Oh no, what happened? Oh, was it dropping frames or something? Trinity Preacher Brother, we have enough problems other than fighting about comics. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody is a weirdo in some way. Example? Yeah. Everybody's a weirdo in some way. Trust me. Everybody's weirdos. See, and that's the thing. It's like, what's your level of weirdo? Star Wars Santa says Chuck Wendig. That dude do the what does he do? Star Trek or something? Two Brothers comment says, "What up, Sex Street? How you doing?" That is our newest Myrtle Maniac. Weirdos alert! If you forget your Weirdos alert, if you forget your kids in bikes inside or outside, huge alert, Trinity. What? Everything is huge problems nowadays. Absolutely. Steve Denton in the house. Throwing the horn says it's not weird, it's annoying people. Dos bros. Yeah, man. Welcome to the Myrtle Maniacs. Minimum Carnage. Minimum Carnage just blew my mind. You guys have to read these books if you can. Oh, the Maximum Carnage stuff. Yeah, I'm not really into all that, but we'll take your word for it. We'll take your word for it. When you cannot have freedom to be creative in comics without being annoyed. Come on, yeah. Oh. Mike Porter says, I will read whatever comic I want to read, Karen. Don't you love that too? Like, every time, you know, you read some of those tweets and stuff, and like, I've had a couple of people, it's happened a couple of times, because people, you know what, people seem to love my canceled videos. I need to do more of those. People always get triggered by them. Did you see my R&B John Campbell one? People were triggered by that. Like, oh, you're lying. You're lying. I'm like everything I said was like, I just kind of said what was going on here, and then I just shared my opinions on it more than anything. Like, my opinions can't be a lie. They're just my opinions. It's funny. People love the canceled videos. They love the canceled videos. And they love to clap when they talk. Just do not buy what you do not like. Yeah, absolutely. You know, and some people are going to buy what they don't like because they want to read it and they want to talk about it, you know. As simple as that really gets for the most part. Let's see. Pope Service says, yes, but mainstream comics have been actively pushing out anyone with a dissenting opinion, i.e. a different opinion other than hyper-liberal, social justice-y opinion. Oh yeah, Pope Service, absolutely, I agree with that 100%. And that's the whole thing. It's like, everything has to be groupthink now. It can't be where you can just be your own person. You know what I mean? Like, if you're on the other side of the political spectrum, you're a piece of shit. You know, you can't be a decent person, right? And it's just ridiculous, you know? So that's why, like, when it comes down to all that, like, I'm a grown-up. I realize that, you know, me and you probably don't see eye to eye politically. Probably not even musically. Probably not even about anything. We probably don't see eye to eye on everything, you know? Soon. So yeah, I mean, like, I'm a grown-up. I can deal with people's differences of opinion. Some people just can't do it. Release the Karen. Guys, I still have no idea how to do put second logo when chatting. Can someone please help? Oh, it's probably the that's for the channel members. The channel members. You can tell Trinity's originally from the Midwest. You're right. You're not wrong, Santa. You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. Oh, Gandhi, not when we are speaking about comics. Nothing wrong, I believe. Rant. Spoke so much already. Oh, we mode now. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, Boshi on the stream. Yeah, that'll be fun. That will be fun. Gold Gauntlet Comics, thank you so much for being here. Tommy is in the building. Wow, sounded a lot better all of a sudden. Yeah, I got it. Hopefully I got everything fixed there. Adam, how many things you dropped until now? Support that. Kids have the best ideas. Yeah. Aggressively Relaxing says, do you sell Speedos as merchandise, or have you loaned him some? No, it's going to be part of our merch line. Yeah, it's going to be part of the Second Street Comics merchandise line. Yeah, we're going to have some exclusive Speedos. You know, everybody does all these t-shirts and leggings and all that stuff. Let's keep it real. What do you really want? Speedos. And what do you want to see? Myrtle modeling those Speedos. Coming soon to a grifter near you. No man should use Speedos. Please, I beg you. I can say for sure your girlfriend will laugh, but this will distract from the mess. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Fernanda, I'm a cyclist, okay? You want to see, believe me when I say you want to see my well-shaped glutes. Very masculine. And then you want to see all the cuts. Yeah. On my cannons, on my tree trunks. This is something you want to see. Like I know like you only see what you see here through the camera, but believe me. That's what you want to see. But unfortunately, it's not going to be me modeling him. It's going to be Myrtle. And that's even better. You literally just read that message. You way behind. Yeah. Way behind. I was flapping my gums about all this stuff, man. He said he should put the wee button, LB. He said you should go to the toilet since that day he was so hyper. Yeah. Aggressive election. Trinity does Speedo loaners. $5.99 a week. $10.99 for the ones he wore during the bike ride. Yes, check out my OnlyFans. You need to know OBS settings. They don't make it easy. Streamlabs OBS is a lot friendlier, but not as many options as regular OBS. Yeah, I think so. But I think, yeah, it just seems to work better here on my computer than the regular OBS did. Yeah. But yeah, getting into the settings, that's like stuff like I won't confess to know about it. But my computer's old, so I try not to push the settings like to their limits or anything, because believe me, it's not gonna last too long on this computer. Literally not true, but Trinity doesn't want to listen to facts and numbers. Yeah. Oh, okay, Adam. Okay. To be honest, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm back. Another trip agrees. Another tip. Aggressively reaction. No sleeves t-shirts. Doesn't pretty even with muscles. Oh man. Jenner, check them weirdos. Yeah. Lettuce hands. Dropped what now? Oh man. Oh man. Jumping again. Oh man. Has anybody ever barked their knee off a steel bumper? It does not feel good. Did the last hands of Adam on Discord general chat's funny. Have read Dual Identity or Darkon. Yeah, working on getting my copy. Read the others though. Nice. Yeah, the Dual Identity was pretty good. Darkon so far has been pretty decent. The other one I read, Katrina, was pretty good. I think you'll like them, Two Gun. I think you'll like them. No way, you are amazing. Star, give me a dress, please. Yeah, that's funny. I'm definitely not sheepishly putting on my one shirt with sleeves because you said go. Oh man, that's funny. All the weirdos live in California, man. They're all over the place, man. Yeah, have you seen what's going on up there in the Pacific Northwest? Come on, man. That's where the weirdos are at. Minimum carnage is not minimum carnage is not maximum carnage. The main character is Kane Scar. Oh, okay. All right. I'll have to check that out. Again, you are not a grown-up. Let's agree. Your kids are giving you a lecture. Oh man, Fernanda, today's my girlfriend's birthday, and our son just cleaned the house. Nice. She better be happy when she gets home from work because we've moved the couches and cleaned behind there. See, yeah, that's what it's all about. It's true that all the mainstream writers have the same exact politics. And an unrelated question: has anyone read Garth Ennis's new Punisher? He's got a new Punisher? He's got a new Punisher? Because believe me, that last one they just did, what was it, that Punisher Soviet? Ugh, man, that sucked. Yeah, Punisher Soviet sucked. It was boring. Yeah, that Punisher Soviet was boring. It didn't even have to have politics in that shit. That was just boring. Speedos, no thanks. Try another merch. Oh, you don't want me in a Speedo, but I already have a problem modeling a Speedo like Will Ferrell. Nah, it's all good. When balls on the ice. Nice, Wayne. But you are handsome, Trinity. Don't worry. Don't worry. Pretty crazy kid. Yeah. Adam talks about Trinity talks about Adam getting triggered, but don't talk to him about colorists. What are you talking about, RC Scott? Why don't you model those Speedos as if they can double as a mask? Oh yeah, believe me. It's all gonna be done, Tommy. All done, all thought of. That's why it's taking a while to get the merch store open yet. Yeah. Honor Bridger. Mike, Will Ferrell is Speedos. Yes, that's what I love to see. Depending on that sketch you are speaking, no holes in it, right? Oh man, no on the bumper, but I have no on the bumper, but I have walked into a tow hitch off the back of the truck. Yeah. Ouch. Yeah, Seattle is perfectly normal. Yeah, right. Have you ever tried Cali cookie? I don't think I have. I'll tell you one thing I have been. Some moon rocks. Woo! Man. Punisher Sovee, yeah, Punisher Sovee. I wasn't really into it. You just talked about my all-time favorite comedian. I watched a video of him with his little girl, super old, but man. Oh, Will Ferrell, yeah. What are your expectations for Into the Spider-Verse 2? I don't know. Don't really. I mean, they're gonna make it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be right up there with the first Spider-Verse. It's gonna be everybody's favorite Spider-Man because everybody loves. Right? Don't they? Is it not true? It's going to be great. Because tokenized Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man. Fact. Right? Am I right? Love me some moon rocks, says Russell. Look. I mentioned moon rocks. People come out the woodwork. Oh, man. That's funny. Trinity is tired of people giving reviews that are all positive or all negative. Trinity is tired of people giving reviews that are all positive or all negative. Also, that comic just sucked. Yeah, it did. It sucked. I didn't like it. But here's the thing, though, is like everybody else out there liked it. I haven't come across somebody else that didn't like it. I don't think. But I read it. I'm just like, it was boring and predictable. Like the whole time I'm sitting there, like, it's kind of obvious what's going on here, right? Like, there was, hey, I'm just saying. That's what it was for me. But what really got me too was the art in the book. Didn't really like the art style in the book. The art style just didn't work for me, and the story was just like, I don't know. It just felt paint by numbers for me. But yeah, no, it's not like the worst book I've ever read. Believe me, I've read some worse books. Trust me, I've read some worse books. It wasn't that bad. I just didn't like it. Moon rocks, holy shnikes, yeah. No, Trinity, Punisher Soviet didn't suck. Watch your mouth. Sir Enos's content is never anus. Oh man, we got triggered. Unstoppable cockblock. Oh man, I don't think I've ever seen Marquise. I don't think I've ever seen him triggered. That was a good one. I like that. He got it though. Caviar gold. I don't know. Never. Yeah. Afghan. No, okay. All right. Wayne says, "Oh, okay. But I'm going to start streaming in the morning since everyone else is coffee and comics. I'm going with magazines and methamphetamines. Nice. I like that aggressively. I seen you doing your test stream the other day, so I believe that you are. That's good. I like that. we'd support that. Are you gonna go like on right after my show? Plan it for 9 a.m. because then I only have that little window. It makes me have to, you know what I mean? Do it. Do it. Woo! Magazines and methamphetamines. I like that. I like that idea. Do it. Do it. Magazines, methamphetamines, and maggots. You gotta have the 3 M's. The 3 M's. Love it. Love it. I love it. I'm totally down for that. I'm totally down to see that. That's like, I'll tell you one thing, it sure sounds a hell of a lot better than my lame ass show. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for today's video. Got to, just like I said, got some drama going on out there in the comic book world. I mean, come on. I mean, is this not all weird? Is it just me? Am I the only one that thinks all this stuff is weird? Like, is it not possible for all of these people to coexist at the same time like they have for years? Is that not possible for, for each publisher to do what they want? For each creator to do what they want? To put out comic books for people to read, to keep them entertained? Am I wrong? Is it weird for these people to be pushing back and fighting against each other and all of that, and meanwhile you as a customer sitting there in the crossfire going, what's with you weirdos? What are you doing? Right? Now, like, somebody like me, like I said, I don't care. Like, I'll read your comic books, I'll read your comic books, I'll read whoever's comic books. I just want to read good comic books and review them here on the channel. And when I come across one that I don't like, I'm going to review it, and I'll let you know about the comic book and whether I liked it or not. That's really about it. I know, like, aggressively relaxing is in here, busting my chops as always. We all love aggressively relaxing, but seriously, in my videos, you're not ever going to hear me say that really a comic book sucks. Because the point of my videos, when I find one that I don't like, I want to break it on down and tell you what I don't like about it. Insane terminology, not like, it sucks. Because to me, you all know, that's just like the most simplistic thing that there is out there in the world. Because like I said, even with the Punisher Sovee, it wasn't for me. To me, the story was predictable and the art, I just didn't like. Did it suck? No. Plenty of people liked it. My opinion is, I didn't like it. But I can't wait. Ooh, going into the 4 a.m. Eastern slot. Yes, that would actually match better with methamphetamines, I guess. Man, what is this thing? Where's this thing come from? The hell? I had something in my sock. I don't even know what the hell it is or where it came from. That's weird. 4 a.m. Eastern slot. That's nice though. That's nice. I like that. Gavin Cooley says, "Hail Hydra! Call your channel Second Street amphetamine. The world is crazy and triggered in every aspect." Yes, definitely, definitely. I'm from Brazil. So what? Oh, nice. Brazil. Yeah. That's Sepultura. Yeah, man. Yeah. One of my Soulfly, one of my favorite groups out there. What is this thing? Where'd this piece? Like, I don't even. Sorry, guys. Anyway, that's all I have for today's video. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel. If you haven't already, please make sure you're subscribed. Click the little bell and all of that good stuff. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, feel free to give it a thumbs down. It's all good. It doesn't hurt my little feelings. But while you're at it, make sure that you share it with a friend and invite them to come in, hang out with us here on the Second Street Marvel, where we love to talk about comic books and all of this stuff going on out in the world and share our opinions of it. And no, it's not a hot take, because you know what? We all have differing opinions, and, so therefore everybody has a hot take, right? Anyway, you all have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.